Previously on Twin Peaks.
Hello, so what I've got here is another Millennium Falcon tin, which I'm going to be making into a guitar. I've been measuring the tin and the various pieces of wood. Inside here, the neck needs to sit on a platform that's 17mm high, and then the bridge, that'll need a block that comes all the way up to the underside of the lid. So then when you push down on this, there'll be something solid under it. And because this tin is a bit larger than normal, the plan has been to put a full-size guitar neck on, but I'm going to completely strip this and refinish it and do a fret level and everything, so that's will end up being a nicer neck. The headstock has suffered a bit of an accident. It's exactly the same thing that was wrong with it before, so I'm going to fix it in the same way. Let's get the tin involved. I might put this out of the way for now. So inside the tin I've got these two sort of little planks of plywood which I'll sort of fit in. This one will go in the bottom here. There's a little bit of wiggle room, but not much. Then the other one will sit in on top. It goes in at the moment, but it flexes the tin out because of the lip around the edge. So even though it squishes in, that won't sit on. So I have to do a round over off this to slip it in there. It's about as deep as the first ply in the plywood, and I think it's about sort of 2mm in from the edge. Still a bit of a squeeze up here. I don't think it's the round over though, I think it's actually the side itself now. There we go, that's really solid. And the wood is directly under the tin lid. When you've got the bridge on, it'll be around here somewhere. That will be screwed directly to that wood, and the strap pin will go in the back, and the other strap pin will go underneath there somewhere. So I've got to figure out a little bit of an order of operations, because I need to use the design really where I want the neck to go, rather than working it out on the wood underneath and then trying to match the hole, possibly even cut the hole out of the tin lid and then transfer that down inside. To avoid damaging the tin, I'm going to put some more masking tape on. This masking tape is slightly transparent, so I can still see the design through it, which is helping me line everything up. But I want to make sure that this wood in here doesn't move. Once it's all sorted and finished, these are going to be glued together. But I want to make sure that they always go in the same place when I'm doing this. So I'm going to screw them together now. There it is underneath. Doesn't look too bad. And it's sitting in the pocket there. Cool. Excuse the blood, I nicked myself on one of the edges. So, theoretically then, I should be able to put this on also. Right, I'm going to need to put a plaster on, so I'm bleeding all over this thing now. Look at that. Bang on all the old holes. I've gone straight into the filler on every single one. What are the chances of that? There it is, bolted in. Got your neck plate on there. And it's like a proper guitar now. You can wave it around like Keith Richards. Yeah, nice. So if I put the bridge approximately where the bridge is going to go, which I think is there, and then get my straight edge resting on the frets. Oh, look at that. So with the ruler resting on the frets there, the other end comes right up onto the saddles. So that's worked out really nicely. Obviously the strings can be a bit higher. There's room for these to come up as well, which is beneficial if you raise these up, because then the top of the lug sort of disappears into the hole a little bit. So when you're palm muting, you don't sort of scratch your hand on these lugs. So I already know that the 12th fret is on 12 3/8 inches. So that means it's a 24 3/4 inch scale. It's the same as a Les Paul, etc. So my ideal bridge position is right here. So I've got this so that the front edge is lined up against that line, and I can see the center line going right through that screw hole in the middle. So I think that's where that's going to go. Let's just take straight edge and put that where the first string will be, and then do that on the other end. Yeah, that's going to work. Cool. There you go. The bridge is on the Millennium Falcon. Which ironically the bridge is over there, but you know. I suppose it's a cockpit. I suppose the Star Wars ones are more like planes, aren't they, rather than boats. But that's the guitar. It feels pretty solid. It feels quite weighty. It's like an actual proper guitar. Well, what next? I suppose figure out where the pickup ought to go. So that's the central disc thing where the laser gun is. So I don't want to disrupt that. Seeing as there's only one pickup, up by the neck might be a bit better, because these are typically fairly jangly and it's a single coil pickup. I tend to prefer single coils at the neck position. They're a bit raspy down up here, so I reckon there. I think that's a nice sort of balance. Okay, right. So I've got the hole marked out where I want the pickup to go on this lid. But what I'm going to do next is transfer the pickup position onto the wood underneath. So then I can cut this out of here, and then I can glue these pieces together. So my plaster keeps coming off. A bit of tape around it. So there's my pickup cavity. So now this will sit on here. That'll pop in there like that. Then now, pickup can sit in here and the cable can pop through there. And then that should go on the body, and there you go. It sits inside. But anyway, shouldn't be that far away. Maybe I could cut this whole bottom end off so there's actually more room for it. Yeah, maybe I should have put it there instead of there. But I think what I'll do instead of lamenting about it, I'll just cut that off. So now I've got the bridge position worked out, I've got the pickup cavity taken out, and I've got the neck pocket. That's the interior construction. Now that I've got these cut out, I can glue these pieces of wood together and turn this into like an actual little guitar body. So I'm going to screw these together so I can make sure that this is in the right place as well. So you could put the bridge on there and that'd be it, you know, like a little cricket bat. I was talking to my brother about making a guitar out of a cricket bat, and he said, yeah, you could call it a flying eye. So yeah, that's the guitar ostensibly. You could put the bridge on there and string it up and play it for a laugh if you wanted. So then I'm going to take this neck back off. Is there anything else? No. That is it. That's all that's left of this. So yeah, I think just glue then. I can glue this up. Okay, so there's my center block. Pretty solid. And hopefully this should still go in here. That's nice. It fits in there snug without being too much of a fiddle to get in and out. You don't have to bend everything out of the way for it to fit in properly. It's very tight. The lid is really snug all the way around, even though it's not attached anywhere. So then put the neck in. I have to be very delicate because the headstock is still sort of drying at the moment. I'll put that in there. Yeah, so that's all still lined up properly. Yeah, we're all good with that. Cool, so pop the neck out again. The neck's just going to have to sort of sit tight for a little while I work on this and while the headstock dries. So I'll tidy this up a bit. Okay, so we'll see if this wiring works then. Cool, so the pickup's working, volume. Yep, and the tone. Yeah, cool. So those are the guts of the guitar working. So I suppose then fixing this now to the lid is just a matter of formality, really. So that one will be sort of there-ish, and then that one will be there-ish. Yeah, that works. So what the order of operations for putting this thing together is going to be, there's going to have to be wood in, then you set that aside. Then the pickup will be attached to here. Then volume in there, tone in there. Get that out of the way. Then you bring it over here. Then you put the jack socket in down there. Then you, whoops, obviously that won't fall out by the time you're at this stage. Then you put the lid on. Then you put the bridge on. And that's what secures it, along with 2 screws at the front. And then I think I'm going to put 1 screw there, and then the strap button is going to be there. Light fluid and a bit of tissue. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to need to bore out these holes a little bit for the screws. I'm going to do it with a round file rather than drilling. I think I'm going to need to drill some holes in the wood underneath because the end of the screw hits the bottom of the cavity. So if I drill some holes, so literally just a little dimple underneath. Right, so if I get my pickup on, I still don't know what colour pickup cover it's going to have yet. So first of all I'm going to put the white one on, see how that looks. I might need to bore these holes out a little bit larger so that there's room to wiggle the pickup around. But these can go in now. I can just put these in and the pickup can come in and out as it pleases. So I'll pop this guy here. The cool thing about making guitars in tins like this is everything's shielded. It's like the whole thing is one big Faraday cage. Obviously the components are all earthed on their casings, and because they're directly in contact with the tin, they then earth that in turn. There's that underneath. Not too bad, so that'll hang low so it won't rattle around. And then this bit, I'm not going to attach this yet because I'm going to need to take the lid on and off quite a lot still. But you just have to, when you put the lid on, you just have to make sure that the cable is sort of tucked under that screw there, so it will go in the notch. Right, there's the top with the white pickup. I've got white knobs here at the moment. So there's the white lid. So I'll take a photo of this. I actually quite like it with white. And what I can do with the truss rod cover, I mean I could turn it over, though that's a little bit shoddy because then it's not countersunk and the countersink's on the bottom, which is a little bit. Or I could make a new white one, or I could just leave it black and not worry about it. I quite like the idea of the truss rod cover matching the pickups though. That's why I was going to do them black in the first place. Okay, so now if I take this pickup back out, so now I'll try it with the black cover. Then pop them off. I don't have any black Strat style volume and tone. I've got these ones, these top hat style ones. I've got loads of those. So that's the black variant. Now seeing it, that doesn't actually look too bad. But what I'll do is take another shot of this. Well, so there it is with the white. There it is with the black. I like it with the black actually. And I think having these knobs is cooler rather than having the ones that say volume and tone like a Stratocaster. Yeah, I think I prefer it with the black. I'm going to take this pickup back off here because I need to do a little bit of fine tuning to this hole. File along the top edge and slightly in this corner here. But I also need to figure out where I need to drill these little indentations for the screws. That there. Just make a little mark where that screw wants to go. That there. Now if I get a big drill bit, and then just drill a little cavity underneath for those screws to sit in. Yeah, oh, I can see, yeah, there's a little lip there. That end is pretty good, but this corner is a little bit tight. It's very difficult to do without mangling. These tins are very thin. And then for now, that can just sit on here. Like that. So I've brought this headstock back from the brink without having had to completely go back to bare wood and re-priming. So that's looking pretty good now.